my name is Jason. Today I'm showing off a VST plugin called Concept by a company called Krotos. And it's the cool thing about this synth is that it's all modulation based. So as you can see here, we have our 4 passes of modulation. Now I can go in here and I can take a look at all these, and gives me LFO envelope. I can even run audio inputs into these modulations. It also has a really cool XY capture feature. So if I want to modulate based on my movement here, I do a quick move, and now all of a sudden my sound is modulating exactly how I want it. If I want to play it backwards, it modulates backwards, different stuff like that. So the other cool thing about this feature is that you can pull any parameter and change it, to drag and drop it to any one of the modulators. So let's, for instance, we can take our pan and I can run that into the modulation that I just did with the XY capture. Now you can see that I have right here everything that's running through it. I have the oscillator pan right here. I can change the depth of it. So in other words, how much, or backwards, or however I want it to go. And then I have my pan over here. So if I wanted to make a sharper move, I can pull it back or pull it more, give it more dynamic. The other thing is I can pull any effect, any plugin that I have here. I have a lot of different EQ, compressor, limiter, saturation. I can throw all those on there, and now I can just take those and drag and drop those features right into here, and it shows me where I'm at, and I just increase the depth. I can also modulate the frequency and depths by dragging and dropping those into other modulators. So it's really intuitive to get a really crazy type of sound just very, very simply. The other thing that's really cool about it is that we have this tweak it function. What this tweak it function does is it automatically will randomize the parameters based on what I have drugged in here. So right now you can see with everything that has little yellow is all showing up here. Now I can adjust the depth on these, and we can just make something, and every time I hit tweak, it randomizes it. So the other cool thing about this plugin is that the sounds that come out right out of the presets are amazing. So depending if you're doing techno, EDM, sci-fi, if you're doing full scoring, if you're doing sound design, anything like that, it gives you amazing sounds to start with. And if it's not exactly what you want, you can tweak it and give it a different sound. Every time I tweak it, it's going to give me something different. It's going to be something more intuitive. Right, and if I want to know what parameters it is, I double click in here. So basically I can take my rate, I can drop it in, I can take my time on my delay, I can take my threshold, I can take my pan, and now when I hit tweak, it's gonna modulate those parameters, right? So it's really intuitive. If you know enough to know what modulating cutoff with an LFO would do, then you do that. But if you don't, you just try things and it comes out great. But like I was saying, the sounds that come out of this thing, amazing. And then with the tweak it function, changes everything. Also, if we want to run audio inputs into here, right? I can throw an audio input into here. I can sidechain it. I can use it on amplitude or pitch, and it'll modulate based on what audio input you're feeding. So if you're feeding drums, you can get more of a dynamic sound, or you can get more of a modulated sound depending on what you're wanting to do. So it's a really intuitive plugin, and I really recommend it. It's $100 right now, and it's just a great starting point if you're doing any type of music production, any type of scoring, any sound design. It's just a great plugin to have in your arsenal.